And she was just like, I saw him do it. I saw him trip you, and she just kept walking. Didn't defend him, nothing. That's what I feel like was happening with Rick Ross and Drake, is that Drake was probably the golden child. Nobody really wanted to take it there with him, but they wanted to. They just didn't, because
they didn't have the opportunity because they thought it wasn't going to work.
This guy's the golden goose.
Yeah.
If we piss him off, we're pissing off all these other people that are, running this shit. And then once they knew it was open season, it's like, well, fuck it, it's rabbit season.
Well, see, we ain't starting with this fucker, but we are going to get into that a little bit later in the podcast. We ain't leading with it. Man, when we take a week off, it always feels like I ain't seen you guys in like 5 million years, and we see each other throughout the week still, but...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't believe that we used to do these motherfucking joints bi-weekly.
Yeah, that was the schedule.
The schedule.
Yeah.
And that felt right. Now, bro, fuck no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Wait till we start doing a couple a week.
Yeah, then we're going to be, we're addicted, bro. Yeah. Like, I need my fix, dog. Yeah. I'm serious, though. I feel like, I've said this a bunch of times, bro, and you could tell just by, podcasts on the internet. This really is therapeutic, dog.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. Quote me, internet. I don't give a fuck. It is, dog. To sit down and talk to people that are actually your homies or your family or whatever, and just bounce ideas around and like talk about shit that's going on. When we don't have an episode, I notice a difference in my temperament, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just like, man, I gotta
stressed out
a little bit. You got like, am I tripping? Am I the only one here, bro? Like, someone throw me a lifeline, dog.
No, I think you're on it, bro. Cause like me, I don't fucking talk. Yeah. I'm usually listening. I'm mixing.
This guy's usually a mute, guys.
A mute. Nah, so yeah, but usually I'll so it does feel good to get out here, and I'm not really a huge talker, bro. But
now
it feels good to get some shit off my chest.
No, we can't shut this fucker up, dog. He called me like every day this week. Listen, bro, you see what the fuck happened, man? You watching Fox News?
We have to talk about this on the pod, bro.
Yeah, bro. Having a week off, that's what I started thinking to myself. I'm like, damn, we used to really do these every other week.
Yeah.
I think that's what's taken us, obviously as long as it's taken us to get to the episodes we are. But I'm glad we didn't just come out like swinging, doing that out the gate, because there was a lot of stuff I feel like we had to learn. All of us came from backgrounds in entertainment, media in some shape, form. I mean, we kind of all had an idea, but to get now to be this close to episode 100, yeah, I'm glad we took it slow. But now that we're on weekly, there's no way we could go back to every other week.
No, no way.
It just would feel. And then that's another thing with like having like pods in the holster. I think depending on what your style of podcast is, that you can do that type of shit. But I feel like ours is like kind of style. It doesn't really have like a super niche, right? In essence, it does. We talk about a lot of New Mexico stuff, right? For sure. But we talk about a whole lot more than just hip hop, than just New Mexico, than just current events. Like, I feel like we talk about all of it.
Yeah.
So for us to have a bunch of episodes in the holster, it would be hard to do that because it would feel stale, I think.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing would be like the interviews.
Yeah.
If we can get some interviews where we're not talking current events, then we could do that. So
imagine if we had an episode in the holster and we were talking about some shit from like a month ago. People are like, what the fuck?
Well,
where the fuck these dudes been?
Yeah, all this crazy shit be going on so fast, man. It's like, damn. We were just talking about Luigi.
And now, bro, we're off to a whole new conversation.
Everyone's forgotten about that
which
guy.
We will get into right after we intro. You are now tuned in to Respect to Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm back again with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay, we got Super Stone last night. Trav is in the building. What's poppin', Jason?
Man, these motherfucking them joints was popping.
Hey,
not
bro,
these pop too, but
them double barrels
were out of hand.
Was poppin'. Len Words is in the building.
Indeed.
What's poppin', Len Words?
Apparently those double barrel joints doing it, man.
Doing.
I missed it. I'm gonna have to.
Don't worry, Johnny missed it too, dog.
I did, bro. I missed about an hour. They wanted a meeting in the middle of it, dog. Hey, episode 94 makes some motherfucking noise.
Yes.
I almost forgot. I was almost Jay for a second. I was like, what episode is it? Damn, I almost forgot the episode live. Yeah, man, the release party went fucking great, dog.
Yeah.
So Friday we had Roswell. which was
that one looked like it was a good turnout.
that shit was awesome, dog.
Super
like
dope.
there was just so much like love, bro. Like it was someone drove all the way from like 6 hours, 7 hours in Texas.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Just to come see my stupid ass and get a double barrel.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. That's 6 hours there, 6 hours back home.
Yeah.
Right? Man, like that type of shit, I'll never take that stuff for granted, dog. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember when I was younger and like I was like a fan of something enough to where I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna get out there. Like, you gotta pay gas. Like you organize everything around just going to this certain thing, bro. Like, yeah, I'll never take that shit for granted, bro. Roswell was popping.
Dope.
Whole bunch of love. I damn near sold out that night.
Sick.
And the homies from Headspace, bro. Shout out Headspace. They got their crew. It reminds me of, this all, for me, it all started at the flea market. Well, I mean, it all started selling dope, but I took the dope mentality to the flea market. It's
selling CDs at the flea market.
Yeah, not the dope.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's clarify that.
Don't clarify. Don't misquote me. This motherfucker was selling dope at the flea market. We were dope ass CDs.
Dope ass CDs.
Yeah. So they have a real good crew of people that go to the pop-ups because when they come through the door, right? Like that's how it is. Like you got to get their attention.
Yeah.
Without being like them dudes that are trying to wash off your shoes at the mall. Right? There's a balance. There is. Like those dudes, sometimes it's like,
A little too aggressive. Yeah.
Fam, for the love of God.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get to Barnes & Noble, homie. I know these Air Force Ones need to be washed, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it right now.
I don't got time to do it right now, dog. And they'll always, it's funny because they'll wash one and they'll be like, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like for the next one, I'm going to need a little tip.
Right.
And I have to buy this shit real quick. You know what I mean? You know what I hit them with? It's an easy way to just keep on moving. I'm like, I already got a big ass bottle at the pad, dog.
Yeah, I just bought that stuff.
When I need to come back, bro, I got you.
Yeah.
I ain't had a bottle of that shit in like 20 years, dog.
Right.
I got my kids. I hit Johnny. I'm like, hey, these floors need to be clean real quick, my dude.
Do any of your kids wear the same size shoe?
Nope.
None of them.
Oh well, no, as me
Dom?
or them?
Well, I guess them, but as you.
It's crazy, dog. Now all three of them can fit each other's shoes.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it's kind of cool. It might make things cheaper for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
But I'm a size 13, so ain't no one getting in this motherfucker yet.
Yeah.
Matt, maybe. This kid
He's getting big, dude.
He's growing,
getting
dog.
real big.
And him and Johnny they got like this little
Competitive
beef,
thing.
this little animosity here brewing because Johnny's his older brother. Matt's catching up to him.
Yeah.
In height, right?
Nice.
Johnny's, I'll still fucking knock you
I
out.
was gonna say
Like, bro,
he's stocky.
He is, bro.
'Cause he's playing football. You said, right?
he's playing football.
Yeah.
He
He's
broke.
That's
fucking
sick, bro.
lifting weights every time I go over there. This motherfucker walking in the room throwing up plates. I'm like, what are you doing?
He is, bro. He is.
Sick.
So, but Matt's, he's stretching, and it reminds me of like, because I always had a big ass foot. So I'm like, man, this dude gonna be a size 13. He's gonna try and take all my shoes and shit. Better keep his collection clean.
Yeah. Is he playing?
Gotta save
What is he doing?
Yeah, he's hooping.
Hooping.
And he's getting better by the day. Cause like when we were talking with Raw, I had all my boys in county, right? And they played for the school, but there's only so much you can learn in county.
Oh yeah.
When you have a rotation of coaches like that,
Yeah.
it just doesn't stick, So you have to have like a team that you are with,
Yeah.
and you grow with, and a coach that cares and
Yeah.
shit like that. And yeah, bro, Matt, he's getting there.
That makes a huge difference for team sports, man. They got some really good baseball teams in Albuquerque, like traveling teams. But those kids have played together since they were like 6.
Yep.
And by the time they get to like 9, 10, like they can compete in like these leagues where you see like the baseball, like the Little League World Series and stuff like that. Like they're in those tournaments, but they're from here. But they've been playing together for so long, and it's all their families, they're committed to it. So that makes a huge difference, I think, in the development of the players. Like
I remember playing county. I played county for a few years. I don't know.
Basketball?
I was just more like street ball.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You
like
the N1
like the
mixtapes?
N1s,
Yeah.
dog,
the
for sure.
Andy mixtapes,
I was working motherfuckers on the court, dog.
Hey, it was
carrying every time.
You know,
just-
it's funny though, right?
Nah, I don't do that, dog.
You see when you used to see like someone that was like that style, and then like they'd go up against somebody that was like on the high school team, and they'd be like dancing around, boom, 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 like for 5 minutes. They try and drive it to the lane, and homie would just swat the fuck out of him, bro.
Just body him up.
Defense is a real fucking thing, bro. When you know how to play defense, all those little the tricks and shit, you're gonna tire yourself out spinning around and
moving around, throwing it in your shirt, spinning it around the shirt. You know what I mean? Remember that one? That was a cool one. Little trick, spinning around, boom, keep dribbling, dribble for like 5 minutes, and don't even score a shot.
That shit was always corny to me, man. I get
all the extra shit.
No, that particular move where you put the ball in under your shirt and you hit it and it goes around. I was like, this isn't fucking basketball anymore. Like I like the crossovers; those are dope. And you know, if you're gonna cross somebody up and they hit the ball over their head and keep the dribble alive, okay. That's cool, but when you doing all this extra, like it's like, man, okay.
I think the shirt is considered double dribble.
It is absolutely that. Most of those crossovers were carry as a motherfucker, man.
None of those are gonna fly in the fucking county game.
No, not at all. The referee be like, what, bro?
What the fuck are you doing? That's a travel, bro. Take your luggage and sit your ass down on the fucking bench.
Right.
It really does make a difference, bro. When you have a team that you stick with for a long time.
Oh, right? For sure.
The homie Showtime, Barber down here. I hadn't seen him in a while, and he's coaching his son's football team. And they're like a league. I don't know exactly what it's called, bro, but like they travel throughout the country, bro. And they still play, I think, in the actual like league down here. Shit, but that's just kind of like practice for them now.
Right.
Their squad, bro.
Yeah.
And they're like 8th grade, I think, maybe like 9th grade. I don't even think they're high school. Shit, bro. I seen them practicing. I pulled up to one on accident because I was at basketball practice for Matt, and then there was the football field right next to it. Yeah. And I seen Show. I was like, damn, bro. He's like, yeah, bro, my squad's killers. And they are, bro. Yeah. They've been together for a long time.
Right. Yeah.
That consistency with a team, we say that shit all the time, bro. I mean, look, we use us as a metaphor.
Yeah.
I feel now, again, we're almost at episode 100, and our consistency as a team has brought us to where the fuck we are.
We all have that common goal, bro.
Yup.
You know what I mean?
Now we can turn on the mics. There might not even be shit going on, which there's a whole lot going on now for us to talk about. Bro, we could just talk. You know what I mean? We'll probably end up talking about mushrooms and aliens, but whatever. Who cares? So, since we are now here, California, man. LA fires,
talking about the campfire?
Man, bro. That shit. That's what they said started it.
No, I'm just joking.
Bro, they
it ain't a campfire.
There's like 7 going on. I don't know how the fuck they started.
Bro.
I mean, I gotta.
Yeah.
I gotta.
You ain't gotta hit the button. If y'all think it's a wildfire, then I'm gonna let you live.
I mean, I don't think it is. Okay. Let's get to some facts first, right? Let's get to this is as of today, January. It's the 9th today.
What?
It's the 9th today?
No,
January 9th?
Today's like the 11th.
The 12th.
Damn, well, this 12th? But it was updated 47 minutes ago. This was first the 9th, updated 47 minutes ago. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the top of it. Okay, at least 16 people have died in the Los Angeles fires as 4 blazes continue to cause devastation across the sprawling Californian city. Cadaver dogs and search crews are scouring scorched rubble after the most destructive wildfire in the city's history. About 35,000 homes and businesses are without electricity, according to POWEROUTAGE.us, an outage monitor tracks blackouts. It comes as police confirmed more than 20 arrests have been made for looting after 2 individuals were caught posing as firefighters and entering properties. We're doubling back to that. That's fucking insane, bro. The largest fire in the Palisades is now more than 20,000 acres. Although firefighters have made modest progress in increasing containment, the fire is moving east, threatening the exclusive neighborhood of Brentwood, home to the Getty Center, a world-famous art museum that has now been evacuated. Students at the nearby University of California, Los Angeles, are awaiting updates from officials while classes are being held remotely. 11 deaths have been confirmed in the Eaton fire and another 5 in the Palisades fire. As of Saturday, more than 153,000 people were under evacuation orders in Los Angeles County, according to local authorities. Another 166,000 were under evacuation warnings. More than 12,000 structures have been destroyed by the fires. By structures, official means homes, outbuildings, sheds, mobile homes, and cars. Same thing with Ruidoso. Remember when they said structures? It's all that stuff.
Yeah.
More than 7,000 structures have been destroyed by the Eaton fire. The Palisades fire has destroyed about 5,300 structures, including at least 426 houses. So it's talking about there's a curfew. There's been 22 arrests in the Eaton fire area, 3 in the Palisades fire zone. 2 arrests were for curfew violations. The others were held on suspicion of burglary, looting, ID theft, possession of narcotics. 1 individual was on parole and in possession of a concealed firearm. Okay, that's all extra stuff. So the fires are in Palisades. They're saying it's 11% contained as of Sunday morning. Eaton, 15%. Hurst is almost fully contained, and Kenneth is almost fully contained. And this is all of Sunday morning, the 11th today, right? Okay. Yeah, man, that was LA prepared. So now it's going into further. So there's some details that we have right now.
Yeah.
First off, man, we now, have somewhat experience in the fire realm.
Well, yeah.
As of us, we got to, not only help, financially out there in Rio Doso and help with like awareness of it, but we were able to go over there when it was still happening and see the destruction firsthand. So, obviously we praying for all our people out there in LA, bro, because 11% contained that's nothing.
And take your fucking pets with you. Don't leave them behind.
I seen a lot of people doing that shit, though.
Duh.
I did see a lot of people doing that shit.
Fucking stupid.
I've seen a lot of videos of people taking their pets, so they're listening to Jason.
Thank you.
Man, bro, I think what makes this so jarring to see on the news is this is fucking LA, bro. Yeah. Like, you're used to seeing these, like you said before, wildfires, which they're trying to say it was a wildfire. Now then they're saying brush fires, right? I don't know. I wasn't there, but it does look suspicious. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to just use suspicious as the word to start the conversation.
Yeah.
To see LA on fire like that, I think it hits different for the masses that aren't around like forest fires and stuff.
Yeah.
You see these multi-million-dollar houses just rubble.
Right.
You see these AI-generated videos of the Hollywood sign on fire. So many people just share.
Is that
shit.
What that was?
Bro, that's shit,
okay.
Dog. You please do your fucking homework, dog. Don't just be sharing shit just because it's on the internet.
Yeah.
But I was seeing I think it was about 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Someone was on Rogan's podcast, and he was talking about how LA's gotten lucky with the wind. He was saying that if the wind blew the other direction, that it could be catastrophic. And we're kind of seeing that now. It just seems like there was the government and the city and the state just did not seem like they were prepared at all. No water in the fire hydrants.
Well, and that's what's weird because the fire department they have to check that. They have like a crew, or they'll send people out to go out and check pressure, and if there's no water pressure there, if it doesn't meet their pressure, they replace that height. Like, there's crews that only do that.
Yeah, they do it with, when they do building inspections, they'll come through with the fire marshal and they'll check the hydrants. And you got to check that shit off and report that. So they keep track to make sure that in certain buildings of certain sizes that all the fire hydrants are ready to go. And, just in case somebody needs to crack the glass and get to it, it works. Yep. So it's beyond, reason that the hydrants had no water pressure. That's insane.
Bro, when I worked at the zoo, and they had a fire hydrant that was in the construction area on the backside, and it didn't have any water, didn't have no pressure, and it was like a fucking huge deal, bro. It went up the ladder, and then I ended up being on one of the crews where we dug it out and we replaced it. You know what I mean? But it was so for LA, a whole fucking city, to not have that functioning like that, bro.
And then they were saying the reservoirs were empty too. The planes that they usually use to scoop the water from the ocean, they don't have them. They had to rent them from Canada or something like that. Again, I didn't hear all that. These are all things that I've kind of just heard in passing. I don't know exactly what this is, but it does seem, from an outside perspective, they were not prepared. whatsoever.
Not prepared.
When did the fires actually start? Do you guys know?
I think it's been about 4 days now.
It's been a week. Like half
Is it a week yet?
Nah, it was like
4 or 5 days.
Tuesday or Wednesday is when it started, I want to say.
So, I mean, for 11%.
But it's been a while.
Bro,
Yeah.
and have you seen the destruction so far? Like, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit looked
It's
like fucking
huge.
Pompeii, dude. Like,
Really
that's
did.
crazy.
Yep.
Like, I can't even imagine. And I've seen the pictures because I remember when the hills were on fire before.
Yeah.
And they had pictures of people, like, driving in morning traffic, and it's just, like, hell on the left side, and then on the right side it's just like morning city, you know, like, and they're just driving on the freeway. And I was just like, why are people so like calm about this? Like, looks crazy, but
They're saying the air quality is nasty too.
and it was bad enough,
Bro.
before.
Yeah.
It was bad enough before. They had a real smog problem before. I can only imagine now, man.
I think a lot of those people are gonna start coming this way.
Well,
they've been doing it. I just don't bring your politics over.
Bro, how
over
many
here,
people are
please,
gonna be
dog.
displaced?
We're righting this ship.
Yeah.
No, I'm cool with, like, if you're displaced, if you're starting over.
Yeah.
Yes, please come, but understand that part of the problem of what is now happening there is not something we want to replicate here.
No, absolutely not.
At all.
Honestly,
Like-
I don't think people want to replicate that very many places. That's why so many people, it was like the mass exodus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people started being like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, there's lifelong liberals that are like now gun-toting Texans, which is fucking crazy, dog.
Yeah.
They've lived in California their entire life, and now, you know what I'm saying, they got a ranch and fucking guns over here in Texas.
Well, see, here's the difference, though, in my mind, is that when you come from a really densely populated place, and then you come to a place like this, it's much slower, and there's a different vibe out here. And it's like, don't come over here trying to, like, move us into this, you know, crazy future that you got planned in your head that you think everybody has to, like, align with. Like, people here like it here, and they've kept it this way for a reason.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want it to look like LA out here. You know, we don't want that.
And I think, like you were saying, there were people leaving already, like a lot.
Yeah.
Now, you know, with all the, it's interesting to think about, you know, California is a pretty big state, right? So since there's going to be so many people displaced, like, what do you do in that like predicament, in that situation that you find yourself in? Where do they go? There's not going to be enough, like, there's not going to be enough hotels. There's not going to be enough, like, places built for these people that are displaced. Right. So in my mind, I'm like, well, you know, what are they going to do? How are they going to help the people that are out there? And you do see a lot of people stepping up to plate, like, hey, you can use my house.
It's the people. The
We've
people have to
seen
do it. It's the government can't.
We've seen
obviously
it ourselves,
do it.
bro. We seen it ourselves.
Out here in
More people from down here that were just regular people donated time, energy, and effort to help with the relief efforts out there in Ruidoso.
Yeah.
Government like to use that shit as optics.
Yeah.
They like to use that shit to point fingers, which they're already doing out there in LA. Everybody's like, it was your fault. Oh, hey, no, it's fucking your
Somebody
fault.
gotta get canned, though, man.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I mean, it's definitely somebody's fault. But instead of wasting the time on TV pointing fingers, get the fuck up and go help, bruh.
Yeah.
Handle business.
The only downside is it's numbers, man. Like, when it's that many people and it's that big of a problem, you can't, like, I'm going to just get up and just go run and, like, save this dog. Because, like, no matter what you do, it's not going to be enough. And you get someone like a governor or a mayor or someone like that, they're responsible more for, like, the general mood about the optimism. Like, are we going to build it back?
Yeah.
You know, how do people feel about this? Because they're not only talking to the individual people, they're talking to all the business owners, they're talking to all the people who invest privately into that area. They want them to believe in the place again. They're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, the insurance companies left. You know what I'm saying? So either they knew that this shit was about to happen, or they were just like, this place is not.
That's
The
wild.
business.
bro.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that, for me, is another one of the most curious and interesting facts about this, is the insurance situation.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Do you know what their reasoning was behind not letting people insure their homes out there in Los Angeles?
Because they said it was too high of a risk. Like, they specifically were pulling fire insurance, and then there were other places that were saying that it was just too risky. But I mean, come on. It's kind of silly, I think, at this point for people to be naive enough to be like, well, they're just doing good business and they ran the numbers and bullshit, dude. Like, if there was even a modicum of a chance that this was like premeditated arson by some entity that is just in the shadows doing this shit, and the insurance companies knew, there'd be a Luigi on every corner looking for them.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to, like, come on, man. Like, that shit's crazy to me, but that's how people feel. That's the sentiment of the people. It's like, y'all been shucking and jiving and playing these games for regular ass car accidents and shit. Like, this is just the norm. Healthcare, it's the norm. Now it's any insurance company anywhere can just bail on you, and it's just like, oh, wow. Crazy that happened after we left.
Man,
so weird.
Your policy just lapsed,
yeah,
bro.
That's so crazy how that happened. And your whole city burned down, and it was historic. And wow, the wind just blew the other way. And it's like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I'm glad it didn't happen here, but every population, every city, everywhere is susceptible to this sort of fuck shit.
Well, too, I think, I'm not trying to play, take anybody's side, but they, that was a nice area. I mean, the whole, it's fucking LA, bro. Like, 10 houses could bankrupt that fucking insurance. If they had to insure 10 million, multi-million-dollar homes that fucking burned down to the ground.
Right. Yeah, because it's not just $1 million home. It's $1 million home that this actor lived in that was designed by this architect at this time. And it's like you ever see Trading Places where Buddy broke the vase and they were like, it's only worth this, but we had it insured for this.
So we made more money.
So we actually made more money, and he was about to break something else, and they were like, don't do that. But that's the type of shit. Like, people who know that those are the type of games that some people play. They're shorting the investment. They're shorting the stock. They do that.
You made me think, when you guys were talking about that, when did insurance become a thing, right? Who said, hey, this is a way for us to make money? Because I guarantee they weren't like, this is a way for us to help people.
No, it's not.
Sorry, dog. This was someone said, hey, bro, this destruction is a way for us to make some dough. So I literally Googled, when did insurance become a thing? First thing that pops up, this is interesting. The concept of insurance can be traced back to ancient civilizations, but modern insurance practices began in 1666 after the Great Fire of London. Nicholas Barbin started a building insurance business after the Great Fire of London destroyed more than 30,000 homes. In 1732, the first insurance company in the United States, the Friendly Society, opened in Charleston, South Carolina, to offer fire insurance. So insurance, it all started with fires. 1752, Benjamin Franklin helped form the Philadelphia Contributionship, a mutual insurance company that is still in operation today. So it seems like insurance became a thing, modern society, because of fires.
Well, insurance is no different than, hey, we like your business. We like nothing.
Let us protect you.
We want to help protect your business. This neighborhood
it would be a shame if
you know what
someone
I'm
broke
saying?
these windows.
Exactly. Like, and then you just pay your
dues, and they're fine.
Yeah, and then suddenly nothing happens, and you're okay. And then as soon as they say, man, we can't help you, or you don't pay, it's like, all right, well, good luck.
Or you forgot to fill out this part of the paperwork. Your insurance doesn't cover your cancer, my dude.
Yeah.
If you would have remembered to file this part and not this part, maybe we could help. But
or we changed your policy.
And didn't tell. It was in the massive email that you didn't read through.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
It is. I don't wish harm on anyone. It certainly is completely catastrophic and devastating to lose your home, lose all your belongings. But I'm more concerned about like the welfare of people and like the irreplaceable things, the pictures, the like. You're also talking about like an artist community. A lot of people who lost homes and stuff, aren't like the stars. They're the people who work on set and, you know, like do all the other shit.
Yep.
So those people have lost everything, as well as, you know, like let's say any of our homes, we would lose hard drives, we would lose projects, like backups, like photos, like all that stuff. All that shit is just incinerated, like all of it. So you don't know what, So there's no real cost number that could be even associated. Like they'll say some shit. They'll be like 100 billion, or like they'll say some bullshit on the news, but it's irreplaceable. There's no number you can put on that shit. Yeah. And people aren't gonna feel safe in that place anymore. I mean, a lot of people are gonna stay just because they got nowhere else to go.
Well, there's no vegetation out there anymore either, bro. Yeah. Like there's. What was the other one that burned down? Paradise. Remember that a couple years back?
Hawaii?
Out in California. Hawaii too, but there was another place called Paradise up in California, and it looked like fucking paradise, bro. Beautiful. But yeah, like it's incinerated, bro. Like you can't live there. You know, why would you want to rebuild there, bro? It's all death around you.
Somebody will.
Fire, bro. That
for cheap.
But
for cheap.
But like look at the what is it? Alvaro? Not Alvaro. Where the labs are? Why can't I?
Los Alamos.
Los Alamos. Remember when those all burned up? Yeah. Like if you go back and you still look at those hills, bro, it's just
still
charred.
Scorched.
It's fucking
they
scorched,
never
bro.
redid it. I think that's a little different just because there's not like constant expansion. But in like California, everything went from the other side of the mountains all the way to the ocean, and they just kept compacting it and going up, and that was it. So now it's just 9 million people living in one place, place, dude.
And then, bro, just one spark, bro, and the wind carried it the direction that they'd been lucky for it not to go, and it just went.
One spark, Johnny.
Yeah, you know. Just,
or a satellite or a drone with a directed energy
all
weapon.
That stuff is definitely 100. All that for me thinking and seeing how everything has happened.
Yeah.
None of that stuff is off the table.
We just saw saw the drones.
I know.
They just showed you drones.
Bro,
none of that
didn't
stuff.
you guys hear the news, bro? It's the homeless people.
Yeah, bro.
The homeless did it.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on.
All it is a game. It's a game of pointing fingers away from where the actual issue exists.
And it makes it impossible to find an answer.
Because it's the shell game. Yeah. You get lucky. I've never seen very many people win that shell game out there on the streets of New York when they used to show that shit on TV, dog. Motherfucker be moving that shit around. Where'd it go? Oh, it's behind your ears. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a fucking game, bro, and that they're all playing. Yeah. You know, which we don't like to get super political, but it moves me to the image that everybody's freaking out about on the internet when it was Jimmy Carter's funeral and Obama and Trump were sitting there laughing with each other, right? You know what it made me think? Remember that Carlin stand-up when he said, it's all a big club that you ain't in. Yep. Right? I don't know why people get so, oh my God, what? Bro, it's like WWE, my dog, right?
I'll tell you how ridiculous some
That's
people
exactly
are.
what our politics is.
I saw an Instagram post, and it was, I got to give a shout out to Charlemagne the God, because I'm usually not like in agreement with a lot of his takes, but he posted that, and he said, this shows you that this shit is WWE. Like, it's just wrestling. And then the people in the comments, and maybe this was just what Instagram was putting in front of me, but there were people in the comments who were just like, nah, Obama's just so regal and so...
Oh, my God.
You know? And I was just like, really? Like, the evidence is right in front of your face that he doesn't have a beef with this guy, but somehow, he's just so such a nice guy, and he's just so well put together that he knows how to go high because Trump is just such a dirtbag. And I'm like, how are y'all still
on
hating
that
this
shit?
guy?
You know
like,
what? They're probably sitting there.
Y'all?
Hey, Obama was probably like, so you really think you're gonna get Canada? Trump like, watch me, dog.
Bro,
watch me, dog.
Bro.
There should be the Gulf of America, and Canada's gonna be with us. I know we're skewing here a little bit, bro, but
that's the plan, though.
Hey, listen, bro.
Look, the plan.
If the world, what was that game, bro? Where you fucking like, was it Risk? Mm-hmm. Where it was like a war? Was it Risk?
It is.
Where there's a war, right?
Yeah,
you're setting it up, right? You got to take land, right?
Yeah.
You're better off with the more land, right? Mm-hmm. Bro, we got land above us and land below us that makes us massive, bro. Mm-hmm. Right? Canada puts us right next to who?
Who?
Russia?
Santa Claus? Oh.
Santa Claus? That puts us right next to, I mean, what's up, neighbor?
To his
Well,
homie.
Sarah Palin told us you could see him.
You know,
From her backyard.
When I seen that, that's all I was thinking, bro, was Sarah Palin, dog. Hey, right, that's exactly what I was thinking, bro. I could throw a frisbee in him. So, like, that's what I guarantee, like, bro, this is all a facade, bro.
It's a plan, dude.
It's a plan.
There are
They
books.
get you.
There are books out there that you can read where
riled
they
up.
explain to you that were written 30, 40 years ago, that they explain to you what this New World Order situation is supposed to look like. And it looks like exactly what they're building right now. They destroy a couple of places here and there. They create that infrastructure that they need. And then they just combine all the territories. And they say, okay, this nation has a name, but it's a part of this other, like, agreement nation situation. It's an entity wrapped around an entity. It's a Russian doll situation. So every time you think you're in one jurisdiction, you're in 18 other ones, you know, so you don't know who's got the law or the authority. You don't know who to appeal to. You don't know which court's a real court. You don't know. Like, they already have countries that are dealing with this where people are like, what the fuck is this shit? That somebody just came in here and all of a sudden they're in charge because they blew our shit up. Like, get the fuck out of here. And now we're going to experience that here in America. And it's going to be shell shock for a lot of people because we've been doing it for so long to other people that we have never thought about what if it was happening here. The only thing we're looking at is Pearl Harbor and 9/11 and all these other situations. We're saying, oh, those are the attacks on America. No, the attacks on America are subtle. They're cultural. They're spiritual. And when you really get the eyes to see it and understand it, you'll understand they've been hitting us for a long time.
So what do you think the chances are of Canada merging and Sarah Palin and her Russian neighbors
100%.
being next? 100%?
It's 100%.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. It might be before, like, we check out, but our kids and their kids are going to be living in a world where almost the entire Americas are one nation
Solidified
state.
peace.
Yeah. One government.
Bro,
and it's going to be mismanaged to the heights of hell.
Yeah, imagine it'll be like a gold rush again.
Yeah.
People are going to be going up to Canada like they were going west.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of land, dog.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's cold as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'll be up there cold plunging like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
dog.
I'm sure you'll be just ice fishing and
Me
doing
and
all
Sarah
that shit.
Palin, dog, we be kicking it, throwing frisbees to Russia.
Nah, you be in helicopter shooting wolves.
Hey.
Hey, she did it, dude. Like, I'm not making it up.
Yeah, this is already. That's what I'm saying. When they
She did
when
that shit.
when they brought up Canada, all I could think of was Sarah Palin in Russia, dog. Remember the fuck? Well, we can't use the P word, but remember the Corn movie that was with the Sarah Palin impersonator? She looked just like her.
Really?
You didn't see that? She
No,
was in
I
an
didn't
Eminem
see-
video.
Okay.
I'm on. You didn't see that shit, dog? Hey, Daniel bought me that shit, bro. He got that shit for me for my birthday. It was the last movie like that, physical copy.
Yeah.
That I think I ever owned. Really? Honestly, I'm gonna be honest here and don't try and fucking cook me. I think it was the only one that I actually ever did own.
Really?
Have you guys ever went and bought one of those?
Bought them?
Like an actual physical copy of an
a
X-rated
DVD?
video?
Yeah.
X-rated, that's probably the
back
word
in the
we
days.
use.
Yeah.
You bought one?
Yeah.
That's crazy work,
Sure
man.
did.
Work.
This is the DVDs that
That's true, I
days,
guess.
though.
Yeah.
Like,
You're showing
it
our age
wasn't
gap.
like it wasn't like internet.
Where did you
so.
pull up to? Was it one of them like
I'm not
side
that-
stores?
nah, man, you
Come
ain't
on,
about to
dog.
get me on all
Let's
that
go,
shit.
bro. I'm curious
You've done
now.
enough. You've done enough to tarnish my reputation, sir.
I'm curious because I see them ones on the side of the road, right? And I think to myself, who's going in them joints?
Come on with the brown
Hey,
paper bag,
hey,
like
what's
you
up,
don't know
guys?
what's in there.
I've never bought one, like a physical copy, but it's
Right.
because I was around, and my dad had Playboys,
Yeah.
so I guess it wasn't necessary for me to buy a physical copy.
Yeah.
The only one I ever did own was the one Daniel bought me, and it was that Sarah Palin one.
Really?
She looked just like her, bro.
Did she?
And in the video, it made fun of the whole Russia comment that she made because two Russian dudes pulled up to her pad, right,
fuck.
to fix her sink
Oh,
or
my
some
gosh,
shit.
yeah.
Fucking Daniel,
course.
bro. You got this guy. I probably got it somewhere, bro. Somewhere. Give it to Len Words
Yeah, man.
for his birthday.
Dust off my DVD player.
But I think it's on Blu-ray.
Oh, I got one of those
4K,
too.
dog, it upscales.
I gotta unplug the laser disc
And plug that shit in,
plug
bro.
That one back here.
I seen a video the other
day.
day of this, like, because every now and then, like, a nostalgic video will pop up on my Instagram, and I seen this dude using a laser Laserdisc. I didn't realize those fuckers were that big.
They're big as records. Yeah.
Fucking massive, bro. And he was watching it on some display screen that was like a projector from the bottom. I can't remember what it was called. But it was to show off I think he had already showed off his Laserdisc player, but he was to show off like the projector screen he was using. Mm-hmm. But when he busted out the Laserdisc, dog, it was a fucking record that looked like a CD.
Yeah.
Bro, like
I remember that. My school had that.
A Laserdisc?
Yeah, they did.
Was it?
They were happy to fly shit.
Was it like around the same time as DVDs? Like, was it the battle of like the Betamax?
It was right before.
VHS?
Yeah, because Laserdisc was like, it was tapes and LPs, and then CDs came out for a little while, and then a Laserdisc immediately came out, and then it was DVDs.
The upgrade to like the CD.
Yeah, the CD,
the Laserdisc. Sorry, bro, I was all yawning.
Oh yeah. What's a Laserdisc? So they had it for music and for movies.
It's a big ass DVD.
It's a big ass DVD, bro.
It's as big as a record.
Homie was watching Home Alone. That's what he was watching. It was for Christmas. That's what it popped up. Okay. It was on my Christmas feed. Yeah. He was watching Home Alone on it, and I was like, God damn, that is not practical way to store movies.
Right.
And why the fuck are we talking about Laserdiscs? Where was I going with this entire conversation?
Remember the little mini ones?
Oh, the tiny little itty bitty ones?
Yes,
fuck yeah.
They tried a bunch.
They tried remember the GameCube had the little mini games too.
Yeah.
They were like this big.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was
scratched the fuck out of those games, bro. I'd open it up while the game. You know how it was. You didn't want to waste your time. Pop it open, game's still spinning. Throw in another one. Bam, let's keep going.
Yeah.
But the Laserdisc was an era. I don't know why we're talking about, it, but I'm gonna keep talking about it. I don't give a fuck. It was an era that I think I kind of missed, but it made me think about the different technologies that have like fought with each other, right? When you had Betamax and VHS. The one that I really remember that I seen was when it was 4K or high definition. It was HD DVDs and Blu-ray DVDs.
Right, and those were competing.
I still have an HD DVD. I think it's Blood Diamond with Leo.
No,
it's unopened. It's a red packaging. Because remember, the Blu-rays were blue packaging.
Yeah, and they wouldn't.
And the HD were red packaging.
Yeah.
And it was like, who's gonna win this game?
B's and C's.
Yeah,
all over again.
B's and C's all over again. Technology. I don't know why we got on that tangent, but whatever. Let's come back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
what
a weird
about the CDs, bro? The big ass fucking CD cases, though, dog.
Oh yeah, those were dangerous driving around. They tell us not to text and drive, and
we were all driving, all trying to flip.
You know,
take the other one out.
You know the best that was? He's not here, bro, but Manable. That motherfucking dude, bro, he'd be sitting there with his lokes on his forehead, driving, sitting down, flipping through CDs, bro. Be like, grab me that new Night Owl. Boom, he throw that shit in, bro, not even looking, bro. On point, dog.
At one point, I had like the big ass double one, and then I had like another one that closed over, and then the visor.
Damn.
Do you have any of those anymore?
I do. Actually, I still have it in my truck, bro.
Yeah, you better get the joints out of there. I
got some. No, fuck yeah, they do. Every now and then I'll throw them on, bro. Like some old ass beats, dog.
That's
CDs
crazy.
all scratched as fuck, but I'll throw them on for nostalgia, dog.
That's why I think CDs won't stand the test of time. That's why I think tapes and vinyl will always beat it out.
Yeah,
CDs are too fragile.
As physical medium,
for sure.
It's too fragile. I think that's why when it was easier, right? People were like, damn, I don't want to put a fucking record player in my Chevy. Oh, tapes? Oh, cool, I could do that shit. Yeah, bet, tape player. And they're like, damn, nah, that shit's fucking gets chewed up. You got to rewind that shit. A CD, I could jump from song to song. I can rewind that shit. Boom, but they're fragile. And then once MP3 and everything came along, that shit was like, bye-bye CDs.
It was the CDs, and then it came the auxiliary on the front of the things, and you're like, oh shit, what is that?
Damn, I can plug this into my phone or my MP3
or my tape player.
MP3 player.
Hey, I remember those, dog.
Nah, remember whenever you'd plug the tape deck for your CD? You'd slide the tape into the
tape deck,
yeah. And you'd have your Walkman.
It don't have the wire.
You'd have to hold it so it wouldn't skip. You're driving like this with a wire. Give me a new CD.
And it still sounded like a tape. All.
You know which one's really pissed me off? That's the worst technology is the connect your phone through the radio.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on like 98.5 or some shit like that. Every now and then, like a random preacher will come in.
I had a homie, bro. He used that shit forever, bro. And every time he would bump, it'd be all.
Yeah.
You'd have like Lil Wayne going off in the background, but that's all you hear. I'm like, bro, come on, dude.
Just get a new radio.
Yeah, dog.
So, okay, back to Cali. So then what's the play here, right? Like,
what's the play?
Yeah, if all the people with the theories of what they think may be going on, right? The insurance stuff, them not being prepared, this looking fishy like other situations, right? Which, you know, is hard to like talk about sometimes, especially right in the middle of it, because people are actually going through this.
Right.
People are losing their lives, their homes, everything that matters to them, right? So, but during times like this, especially when some of the math starts looking kind of weird, people are like, well, what's going on? Which I think we need to have those conversations, even if they are hard to have in the moment.
Right.
Because if we don't talk about that shit, then we're going to
It just
fall
gets
for the
forgotten.
okie doke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to be an one video behind my back. Boom.
Yeah.
Where's it at? Oh, your ear. Right? Stand up.
behind him.
Move. Oh, shit. I'm completely lost. Both my ankles. If this was something like that, what's the play?
Smart city.
That's what everybody keeps saying, huh? That's what I've heard. I've heard, you know, multiple people say that.
I would imagine it's a smart city.
What does a smart city
see
look like?
it's just what we were talking about outside. It's a bunch of working people in a condensed place, and their lives are tracked 100% of the time. And there's this network that exists that's basically, they call it a mesh or a fiber, but it's basically an interconnected network of stuff. Your phone, your headphones, your camera, your car, your, you know, everything.
Your direct deposit.
Your garage door, your home security system, like
your TV.
Your TV, like
Sounds
all
a whole
this
lot
stuff.
like 1984 and Fahrenheit.
Right. That's what I'm
451.
saying. Like, they design all this stuff because they say, oh, well, it's for convenience, or the idea is for you to be protected. So it's like, well, we didn't have what we needed to get we didn't have the data we needed so we could help rush in and save the day. And it's like, we needed water. We didn't need data. But what they're going to rebuild with is a system that's going to potentially respond quicker to emergency situations. They always, you got to create an emergency and then let people fall and then be like, here, I'll help you up.
We have the solution.
Let me show you how to fix this. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think LA
It's
or
planned.
California? Well, do you think that was
The plan?
the perfect place for them to start?
I think that's part of it. You also got to understand. There's been, well, I don't know this for certain. I'm just watching it, just like everybody else. I look at celebrity culture and how it's really taken a gut punch in the last few years, where it's like
Since
celebrities
2020.
so celebrities don't mean anything. They're not important anymore. Well, they were rich, and there were a few of them that lost all their riches because a lot of them might have had their wealth sitting in their real estate. And that real estate, once it goes away, what are you going to do? You know, you're famous, but we're not in a world of like that big fame anymore. You know,
where
it's internet fame.
as easily monetized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's harder to get now, even though they say, well, anyone could get on the internet. Yeah, but there are algorithms, and nobody really knows how those are being managed or controlled. We just saw a buddy got on the podcast and was like, yeah, we were controlling information.
Yeah.
So that part of it to me is like, okay, you have a place that you want to renovate, and you got a bunch of formerly powerful people who still have access to funds. Well, let's knock all their money out. Now, if they're going to restart, they're going to either have to get down with the program, or they can just go somewhere else and do it there. But they're not famous and they're not rich anymore. So now we can just rebuild our shit where we want it, the way we want it. And anybody who could have stepped up and had a platform to say something, because that's what celebrity was. It was this artificial platform that was created by Hollywood to prop up their own people. And anytime somebody in that system said something out of bounds of the parameters, well, they didn't have a career.
Nope.
Or, they would clown you or put your business in the street and all that shit. Well, now there's less risk of that happening because a bunch of those people just got displaced and lost all their shit.
And they're gone.
People are going to come in and, certain people are going to come in and buy all that land for like pennies,
I think it's already sold. I think that's why stuff like that can happen, and there's never a clear answer on how, or it's this ambiguous, well, homeless people did it, or something like that. It's like if somebody under the table already bought all the property and was just like, yeah, y'all need to hurry up and clear these motherfuckers out because it's time for me to get my shit going.
Yep. Clock's ticking.
Yeah. We're already 12 days into this new year.
Yeah, exactly. And so maybe there's a chance that those people were actively targeted and attacked. Like, I find it kind of surprising that the death toll numbers are so low, considering
how
the
condensed
amount.
it is. Yeah,
it's so dense. There's so many homes, so many like, you're talking like there was no old people just laid up in the cut, just couldn't move, stuck. Like, there was nobody. Like, with that big of a fire, like, maybe I'm just, biased because I'm looking at pictures on the internet, but it looked crazy to me. So I'm looking at that and I'm like, how is it there's only like a dozen or a couple dozen people that have been harmed or hurt?
Yeah, it looked like an Armageddon movie.
Yeah, that shit looked crazy to me.
Yeah.
So it's like, if that's going on and only a few people died, then it's like, it feels like it was like, we're not just going to murder people, but we are going to burn this shit down and get our shit off. Like, that's what's going to happen, and we're going to clear this land, and there's no other way to do it.
Well, I mean, you start, there ain't nothing there anymore. It's gone. You build from the ground up.
Because I know some people died in Hawaii, but also same thing. A lot of fucking shit on fire, not that many casualties. And I'm like, that's a good thing, obviously. That's what we prefer. But it's also like,
it does draw questions to the
because
they
can knock down a couple buildings over on the other side of the world in certain places, and it'd be like 200 people just drop, and it's like, the death toll numbers don't mean anything to us because we're just like, well, we don't know them. They're faceless. But
it is still 200 people.
It's still 200 people.
It means something,
but it happened. That's what I'm saying. Like, those numbers are numbers that they're saying are real people. So it's like, how could you knock down another smaller area that's not as heavily condensed with people
and more deaths
rather than less? That's what I'm saying. Like
100%.
That's where I get where the math ain't math, and I'm just like, I don't know what's up or down anymore, man.
And I honestly think a lot of us are thinking that way. Yeah. I think before it was like fringe people that are like, oh, that is a crazy ass conspiracy, right? Yeah. But sometimes the shit does come to be a crazy ass conspiracy, right? We're like, whoa, yeah, he was way off base. But now I think the majority of people go to, I don't know, this looks kind of odd.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't know, 10 years ago, people would have just been like, yeah, well, no, this is exactly how it happened. This is what it was. Right. This is how it's going. Yeah, they're telling us exactly what's happening. Not no more. Same thing, like you said, with celebrity culture. People are like, well, I don't care just because, fucking Tom Cruise told me that it's, the sky is green. Yeah. The sky's obviously blue, my dude, right? Yeah.
He's just colorblind.
Yeah, you're colorblind. But before, especially our generation and how we were raised, like we're like the generation of like celebrity. It was like just total worship.
Media. Yeah, it was mass media.
And all the legacy characters, all the legacy media, which is interesting. I'm glad you brought up Zuckerberg, right? Him going on.
I didn't say your name, sir.
Yeah, I did. Hey, but the thing is, though, is he was on there. I didn't see all of it. I need to watch it because I'm not done with the Mel Gibson thing? Episode yet.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
I need to check that one out.
After Mel Gibson, his house, as he was on Rogan, burned to the ground.
Yeah. He was pretty chill about it.
He's all, that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, obviously he has
Costa
other
Rica.
Homes. Yeah, so like obviously he has other homes. But
he's all, yeah, I really like it there. We bought a house over there. I was like, yeah, well, but again, there is. These are still people, dog.
Right.
Like listen, like I understand why we look at it like, well, who gives a fuck, dog? They can fucking just move to their other house or whatever the fuck, bro. But there are people that are in this place, right? Like I don't know his name, but he was on the Sons of Anarchy spinoff. And he was on the podcast with homie from The Walking Dead, and they were like, it was like super. No, Shane, the dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
The little Chicano homie that was going back. I can't remember his name, bro, but he popped up on my feed, and I guess he lost his house.
No shit.
And him and his wife come from absolutely nothing, dog.
Right.
Super humble beginnings. They've sacrificed it all to get to where they were, right? So not everybody is just spoon-fed, rich celebrity status out there, and they could just be like, oh, hey, Dad, send the chopper. We're going to fly out to Costa Rica, right? Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword.
Well, not to cut you off, don't lose your place, but I just want to add the shade to this is that those people like that who are like first generation wealth, those are the people who would be most disruptive to a plan like that because they're the ones who still have integrity because they know what it took to get there. So they're not going to just be like, y'all on some fuck shit out here. I ain't down with it.
They'll be the first ones
telling
to call
people.
a spade a spade.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And
other people would just be like, well,
whatever. I got my house in Costa Rica. See you later. I'm out this bitch. Get the chopper now,
Get the
boys.
Get
the chopper now. See that shit? Cleo and Arnold.
Yeah,
dog. I got that shit on lock.
on it.
Yeah. So like I seen that, and for the most part, regular people, I think that's been the initial reaction I'm seeing online from a lot of people.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's rich people, but it's not. It's
I
not
hate
just.
that.
It's not just them, dog.
And even if it is, like,
they're still people, right? They're still a person, right? Like, I mean, it's the initial reaction to that,
right,
that has solidified what we've already been talking about. That the celebrity worship, the rich person worship, is done.
Right. Yeah,
right?
People are gonna be hiding their wealth. Like they still gonna be stunting in private quarters for sure. Like they're gonna have their gold toilets and like they're gonna be enjoying it
and the spinning rims.
They're gonna enjoy it, but they're gonna be doing it behind closed doors. They're not gonna be posting it. They're not gonna be showing it because they're enjoying their wealth, but they're not trying to show it to all these angry people out here who are suffering because they know you're suffering. And some people. Like they not all of them are guilty of like creating that suffering. Yeah. But the difference in wealth is something that they can't fix for you. You know what I'm saying? And part of the problem of what poor people have to overcome is your dislike of rich people stops you from getting rich.
Yep.
Like it literally stops you because there's a part of your subconscious that's saying, well, we don't like rich people. Fuck them.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, when those great ideas and those $1 million opportunities come your way, they're going to waft right over your head.
Yeah, you're not going to see them.
Yeah, you're not going to see them because your mind is telling you, no, we got to avoid that because we don't like rich people.
We don't like rich people, and they're not like us, so we can't be them.
Right, exactly.
Yep. Exactly.
And that kind of hurt my heart when I saw the healthcare CEO because that was like one of those, a similar sentiment was out there where it was just like, well, fuck him. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, but that dude personally didn't always do something to the person who's saying fuck him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be able to check your ego on that. And a lot of people don't. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to see all these houses burning down and you just say, oh, well, it's in California. They're rich. Or it's in Los Angeles. They're rich. And it's like, but they're not.
They're not.
You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, all this shit is susceptible to all sorts of calamity. So why do you think that they're so special just because they have a bank account figure that they can go eat at Nobu and drive a Tesla or a Maybach and, people take pictures of them? You've only been told that they're important. You've only been told that they're rich. A lot of them have been broke.
Yeah.
That's what I was just about to say. You don't know what their wealth was.
You don't know what they're going
what
through.
They took.
They just look like it.
That Google what they're worth shit is.
Well, that's not accurate.
Sorry,
anyway.
dog. It's
they
not.
Don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know.
You made me think of. I seen this article about Jackie Chan the other day. He was talking about when he passes away, he doesn't want to leave none of his money to his children. Mm-hmm. He wants to give it away because he had to get it out the mud.
Right.
So he wants them to have to get it out the mud too. Mm-hmm. And I get the concept, right? But at the end of the day, if you had to get it out the mud, that means you come from generational poverty. Mm-hmm. Giving away your wealth that you've achieved is not going to attain generational wealth. Mm-hmm.
You're Jackie Chan.
Like, but see, that's the thing, though. Like, I feel like that. I get the idea.
Will Smith was on that same.
I would much rather pass down generational wealth and generational discipline to keep this shit moving forward. This is who we are. This is how we conduct ourselves. This is how we stay on code. Like, you look at like the samurais and things of that nature where like discipline is at the forefront. I feel like just because you attain generational wealth, that doesn't mean you have to neglect that. That's a choice. at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Neglecting the code that you want your family to live by and the discipline that you attain and you achieve. I think giving it away and just being like, hey, I did it, so you figure it out. I don't, to me, that's not the answer.
Is that exactly what, I mean, because I'm sure he's going to leave them like,
yeah, I mean, they're
houses.
not, they won't.
Yeah,
be.
like,
He has to have trust and shit. Like,
But he made it
place.
sound like he wants to give away the bulk of what he's achieved.
But that's what a lot of them do, and I mean, some of them are saying it kind of tongue in cheek because it's not always just giving money away. Like certain people, when they say, "Oh, well, this person is now a philanthropist," no, they have a lot of private money and they're moving it through private entities, creating public-private like partnerships, so they can move the government in the direction that they want to. Mm-hmm. Like that's called giving the money away. That's not really giving money away. It's just using it over on the other side of the ledger. But I agree with you when you say it's more important to instill the values here that created the wealth, because then it becomes something that cannot be taken from you.
No.
They're going to take the money anyway. It's their money. It's their coins. If you look at the front and you look at the back, your name ain't on it.
But
your fucking name is not on it. It's not yours.
The mentality it took to attain that, if that's passed down, guess what? The bounce back is going to be astronomical.
For sure.
Because you've passed down the hack. You passed down the key, bro. Yeah. You didn't pass down the wealth because, like you said, it's their money.
Yeah.
You didn't pass down the coin, right? You passed down the knowledge, and that's the real wealth.
Right, correct.
That's what I think.
Correct.
If again, bro, I come from nothing too. I'm not going to do everything I've done to turn around and say, hey, I had to do it, you do it. That's not going to break. That's not going to break anything.
Like you just burned the house down?
Yeah, that's crazy, dog. That's not going to stop. Yeah, like exactly.
Sell the house.
That's not going to stop the generational disparities that we've had.
Yeah.
Right? That's not going to stop the generational poverty.
Yeah.
It's just not. I agree. There is the tough times make tough men. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Concept.
Yeah.
But that doesn't just have to be that, bro. People hear these things and they're like, well, yeah, man. So you know what I'm saying? You can't be,
Yeah, you can't make them soft.
Now, and I agree, you cannot.
Yeah.
But just because you attain wealth, that does not mean you are forced to make everybody around you soft.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a decision. That's a choice.
I was about to say, it's a character question because I've grew up around rich kids, and some of them were actually really nice people. And some of them were immigrants. Some of them were from like other countries, and their families like just set up shop out here and got it out the mud. They're not bad. They're not bad people. They're not dishonest people. And you got to understand, just because you grew up poor or impoverished or working class or whatever, doesn't mean just because that inherently makes you a good person because you're struggling. Yep. That's not true either.
No.
And a lot of people think, oh, well, the what does it say in the Bible? The meek shall inherit the earth. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean broke niggas are going to inherit the earth. That's not what that means. You're irresponsible. Like, we have to accept the fact that if we're broke, there is something that's missing.
There's something to it.
Yeah, there's something to it that we have to resolve and have to fix. And that's something every individual person has to do. Like, your family can create a culture where, hey, I got a rich uncle, or my dad made a bunch of money, or whatever. You can fuck that shit off too and ruin it for your kids or for the next generation. So it's not set in stone. Even if they create the businesses and the entities and trust fund babies and all that stuff, those people can still crash and burn.
Yep.
It happens all the time.
Yep.
So
money management, dog, is a huge thing, especially when you don't work for it. I mean, even if you do work for
they
it,
take
bro,
it out of your hands.
hard.
Though. That's the thing, though. Like, what you're talking about, that money management, they don't always teach it. Sometimes they say, okay, you're my son. He's an asshole. I'm gonna put you in the business. We're gonna take care of you, but you're not a part of the business. You don't have to worry about it. You're going to get a stipend or a check, or your house is paid for, your cars and everything.
We're going to put you in a position that you can't really fuck shit up.
Right, exactly. So you never actually learn to manage anything except your own, like, don't crash out. Don't go too far. Don't do too much. So to me, it's like, I think people have learned to hate people who are in a better position just because they're not in that position when they don't understand. It's not just the money conversation. It's the character conversation. It's the work ethic. It's whether you're optimistic or not. It's all these other things that are a part of that cake. And if you don't know the recipe and nobody teaches you the recipe and you don't look for it, it's not just going to fall in your lap. It's not going to be, God or Jesus or something coming down to save you, and then all of a sudden you're in charge. Because what the fuck you think is going to happen if you're in charge? The same shit or worse, because you don't know nothing either. You know what I'm saying? So that's to me worse. You know what I'm saying? Than like being rich and not giving and just like stacking it up for eons and generations, because obviously that's probably created some of the assholes who are
for sure
controlling things now. It's like, well, we think we're the chosen special ones because I was born with money, and obviously that means I'm special. It's like,
you're not.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
you
like
haven't.
you're really
you
not.
haven't proven yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
To be special.
Yeah, just
know
because you were born in it doesn't mean it's
shit.
inherent in your DNA that you're like the right type of person to control that or manage that. And it goes to people's heads. They become distanced from poor people, and that's why poor people, we don't like you guys over there. And they were like, we don't like y'all down there.
and that's the divide. That's the divide, like you said. Whenever you just look at the people that have more, right, as a have-not, and you're like, oh fuck that, we hate them. Like, fuck rich people, like you said. You're not really understanding that you're blocking your blessings because you're spinning this narrative in your head that that's something you never want to be.
Right, correct.
Or something that you can never have. Guess what, Doug? Thoughts become your reality, my dude.
For sure.
And if you can't get out of your own fucking way, then guess what? Round and round and round we go.
Yeah.
Talking about rich fucks, right? Let's get to the Rogan fucking Mark conversation, which I haven't seen it yet. I haven't, but I've seen little clips of it. And the main takeaway that everybody's talking about is them changing Meta's policies, which they said got out of control when they started changing things around in around like 2020. The fact checking stuff. Again, I haven't watched it yet, but I did see a couple of memes where it sounded like Zuck said that it looked like a scene out of 1984. To hear him say that is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm taking away, like, they're seeing what Elon's doing over there at X, and they're realizing that people want a platform that's not so biased in one direction or the other. And the only way to really achieve that is to let go of the reins a little bit. So he's saying that it's going to be more community-based type of reporting content infringement or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Right? And they're going to look at it from I don't know. For me, someone in the cannabis industry and other people in the industry, this may be a very, very good thing.
Yeah.
Because they don't play. Bro, you show a jar, or you show a grinder. Pause, not that website. You're fucking done.
Yeah.
Bro, you're done. They'll fucking, and he was even talking about, like, they will literally throttle
everything.
Yeah.
Because
bro, I actually seen it. One time I wore a Canna hat. It just said Canna. Wouldn't even let me post that shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, fuck it, I'll do it on Snapchat. Nope.
And that's even worse because people were moving. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, but like in there, I had like in the background of the one I actually was able to upload, like I overlooked and I seen that there was some, you know, there was like a joint or something in the background.
Yeah.
Nothing, dog.
The computer couldn't catch
that.
that.
Yeah, it was
just like,
Well, he said that
identify it.
that it's the algorithm a lot of times. It's not human. Yeah, it's not humans that are seeing it. Yeah. So he made it again. This is going from somebody that hasn't seen it yet. I've just seen pieces clips that people posted on the internet. But I mean, it was definitely around then when all the fact checking came in and all that type of shit. But they've been crazy about cannabis for a long time.
Right.
I thought that as things were starting to become more recreational and stuff like that, that they would ease off.
Relax.
And they hadn't yet. This may be the indication it's about to happen.
Yeah.
Are you guys on X at all? Do you?
I'm on it, but I have an account, but I don't use it.
I just got back on. I'm starting to post shit randomly on there. I don't really know how it works. I don't really get any fucking traction.
It's just
on there.
getting on there and posting your thoughts. It's like a diary kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Facebook was when it started really cracking. When you get on there, like Tom's at the fucking grocery store,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Type shit.
Yeah.
But they still claim that it's the biggest social media platform.
X.
I could X. I was gonna say yeah. I could see that because there's just no fucking guidelines to some extent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't hardly spend any time on there. The last couple of times that I did check it, I was getting like bots and shit that were like, "Hey, talk to me," or like bullshit. And I was
Want to
like,
see my pussy?
No, but
I don't, dude. Leave me alone.
no, sir. But like when I've used it before in the past, it wasn't like this is way before I even like got into like creating content like a podcast or anything like that. So I would just post bullshit, and it wasn't fun for me to just sit there. Like, I already don't like the fact that I'm on my phone as much as I am, but I'm usually like watching YouTube or something else. I don't love like just sitting there arguing with what could be a computer.
Yeah, no.
That to me is just like, I don't even see the point of most of these conversations anyway. So it's not really worth it to me. I might someday, change my view of that, but that's kind of how I feel about all this shit. It's like, I'd rather talk to people in person. Sorry, I'm old, considered old, but I'd rather talk to people in person. I'd rather meet in person. I'd rather call you on the phone and hear your voice. And like, that to me is a real connection versus just like posting, and people have
interactions
like pictures. Yeah, it's like people have cartoons as their avatars. It's like, it's not even a real, like, I don't know that this is a real person.
See, and as a content creator, I'd rather get my ideas as a content creator, as an artist, as a fucking musician. I'd rather get my ideas out through a video and music versus typing my shit out like a diary on the internet. I really do not give a fuck about going back and forth with motherfuckers on the internet.
Yeah.
Zero fucks. Talk to yourself, bro. Enjoy yourself. Write your fucking paragraph. Awesome. Now
hey guys,
go.
Since we're talking about platforms, what do you guys think about TikTok? Since
I
just thought about that.
Yeah.
You were talking about your videos and how you like about
I
music.
think,
It's
again,
ending, right? It's ending Sunday, right?
they're claiming. I personally, I do not think it is gonna officially happen. Something will happen right at the last moment, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta kind of give
might
it to
end up
dude a
with it.
little bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is standing on business with something that you built and not bending. There's I got to give a little bit of respect to it, dog. Same way I give it to Apple when they were telling Apple, hey, you got to let us in the phones, and they're like, shit, we do. This is our shit. Fuck off, right? They just wanted homie to break, right? Nah. This is our shit, dog. Y'all got it. We're coming in, bro. Boom, boom, knocking like the insurance companies. Rent's due, motherfucker. He's like, man, I'm gonna go pay rent over here then.
Yeah.
I think it does suck if it goes away, right? For a few reasons, okay? There's a lot of people that have got unbiased news through that platform. People wouldn't have known what was happening during the pandemic. A lot of people, even to this day, wouldn't know what's actually happening out there on the ground in Cali. Because there was a time when it was a lot of unfiltered, direct-to-consumer stuff on the platform. Unfortunately, recently, it's more, hey guys, buy my fucking new tripod. Here's the link down here below. That's all I see on there lately, right? Yeah. But there is a benefit for some people having a platform that was like that. It's fast, it's unfiltered. Flip side, right? The algorithm and how it is built to keep you glued. Yeah. You are stuck, dog. And if you can't mentally get yourself out of that stuck, you're fucking stuck. Scrolling. Just doom scrolling for no reason. Buying shit you don't need. I got about 100 tripods. I'm not even a content creator. Right? So I think Personally, I don't think it's gonna go away. I think this is all just until the final moment.
Yeah.
But if it does, the traffic's gonna go somewhere. Traffic's gonna go somewhere as it always does.
I seen this little news clipping where there was just like a bunch of people with signs that were like, I started my business with TikTok. TikTok blew my business up, because they don't want it to go away. And I think if it does go away, it will be back when old boy comes in and takes office, because he's already telling them, don't do anything. Wait till I'm in office. Wait till I'm in office, and he's gonna. Yeah. So I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. But if it does and it comes back, who knows if it's gonna be the exact same?
Yeah.
It probably. I mean.
It already isn't
what it
was.
They said before that all they cared about was the data anyway. Like, they don't really care about the platform. They don't care about, anybody's business that was built off of it. They don't care about that. Mm-hmm. They want the data. They want to know what you're interested in and how to keep your attention.
Yep.
That's it. So, like you said, the attention's going to go somewhere. They're either going to have to remix it and restart, or they're just going to take what's already established and tap into it.
One thing that I've seen, obviously that's where all of my traction started, was going viral on TikTok. Mm-hmm. But back then, and I started a year later than everybody else. Mm-hmm. Back when they were just, you get a follower, you get a follower, you get a follower, right? People were blowing up. What separated it from a lot of the other platforms, especially Instagram at the time, Instagram was all about perfect. It was all about filters. It was all about, look at how perfect my life is type shit, right? Pictures and angles and shit like that. TikTok at that time was the anti that. Right. And it was more accepting to the creators that were on the platform. You'd go into a comment section on TikTok back then, and it would be like, whoa, this is fucking awesome. Keep doing it. Yeah. This is cool. I love seeing your family. Just 98% positive. Wow, I'm on board. I'm a part of your crew. Let's run it. And then you go to Instagram, and it was just full of a bunch of fuck shit. Same thing with Facebook. People just, well, fuck you. Look at you, you dumb fuck. I remember you in high school. Now you fucking think you're a creator, bro. Lick my ass and shit like that, right? It was all a bunch of just negative shit. TikTok, for a moment in time, was the anti that. And people were able to establish communities as creators that did pop off their business, or did get them out of a place mentally that they were completely fucked off on, right? It gave people a platform to where they could express themselves without worrying about being judged on Instagram.
Right. Okay.
Right? That was the biggest thing. But as time moves around and money starts moving around, platforms change. And at this point in time, that's not really what the platform is anymore. It's more about selling stuff. The TikTok shop, you know what I'm saying? It's like the new fucking Amazon.
Gotcha.
More people are going on there to buy their stuff than a lot of people are on Amazon.
Okay.
So it turned into more consumer driven, which again, once it happens to every single social media platform.
Right.
Eventually.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
I don't see it going, and I don't see it being as destructive as people are making it out to be. Right? Create a problem, we'll give you a solution.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is people are just going to, the attention's going to go other places. So as content creators, it's up to us to make sure that we're putting our work where it needs to be seen all over the place.
Right.
Right. For me, YouTube, dog, that's always going to be the crown jewel. YouTube, because it's like, brother, it's fucking Google. It's not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah.
It would take some crazy, catastrophic, insane change for Google and YouTube to go away.
Or a fire in Cali.
One of those. You never know.
It'd be all over the world at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a bunch of shit to keep us focused on other stuff. So as a content creator, I'm not really
You're not tripping about that.
Nah.
Well, there's I think there's other outlets now at this point.
Yeah, and look,
obviously not. I think
I have a higher count on TikTok, right, than all my other platforms. But I do not do and continue doing what I'm doing for those vanity metrics. I really don't. I learned a long time ago, bro. It's better to have 5 people that actually rock with you and buy your merch and show up to your shows than it is to have 5,000 that just watch you.
Right. Yeah. The awareness isn't useful unless you can convert it.
Yeah. All it is all that serves is it's self-serving, right? It's mirror activities. It is.
He won't leave me alone.
I'm just saying, dog. Self-serving.
Yeah.
It's a good metaphor, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Hey, what you guys were saying about X, real quick to kind of double back, I think what Elon's doing with it is like important and kind of like the future, the way he's taking it to like free speech. His goal, I mean, obviously, like right now, there's like loopholes in it and stuff, but the goal being a platform where you could hop on and like use it as a diary, but also like it can't be bought out like most medias.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, all of those. He wants to be the anti where like no, like you're getting it straight from whoever, however, which could be bad, but like in the sense of like, you know, they can't be bought out. They can't push a certain narrative. You're going to hear all sides of it.
Yeah. I mean, the only downside to me is that then the lies get packed in with the truth and nothing actually gets verified because everything gets the same general amount of reach.
Like people sharing the AI-generated Hollywood sign on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
People see it and they're like, well, it was on X.
Yeah, it's real.
Let me share it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to be real.
But have you seen how he pops up like their algorithm will pop up saying this is not what it says, it's fake, it's been spread. Like he'll let you know, like where they're taking that, I think could be super beneficial.
Maybe. I mean,
for me, it's, and again, you know, it's a double-edged sword, dog. If what they say and what they want to do, see, what they say and what they do are always two fucking separate things, right?
For sure.
But let's be the ones that want to be happy about it, and let's say this is what happens, right? To have a platform that can't be bought out by like corporations, or let's push this narrative, you know, whatever corporation it is comes in and they're like, look, this is what we want to do. We're going to buy advertisement space, pump this. To have a place like that that'd be fucking awesome.
yeah.
Will we have a place like that?
I don't think so. I don't think so because that's okay. I think about it like this. There are libraries, there are museums, there are people who have curated the truth and the history of the world for how long? Forever, as long as we've bothered to do it, right? But then there are certain parts of those collections that don't see the light of day, that are buried in a library underground somewhere that you don't know about and you'll never see because it will change your perception of what reality is.
Yeah.
That impetus, that desire for people to control that narrative ain't going nowhere.
No.
So I don't give a fuck what kind of technology we have access to. There's always people who are going to hide something that would affect their outcomes for their benefit. They're going to do it. They did it in the Vatican. They did it when they burned the library in Alexandria. They did it like they've done it over and over and over and over again for eons. They're not going to change it now because, well, we have the technology. You don't have it.
We do.
They have it.
Yeah.
It's there for you to use, but it's not necessarily there to free you. None of this shit can free you. You got to know the truth, and that's what makes you free. If you don't know the truth,
well, and what's
you're
interesting,
still always going to be under someone's dominion.
What's interesting about you saying that, and you talking about how you're already upset with as much time as you spend on your phone, right? You ain't never gonna free yourself if you're just staring at this motherfucker on X anyways.
Right, for sure.
Even if they aren't pushing a narrative, you're still fucking trapped.
You're on your phone,
my dude. You're trapped. And all of us, we are all falling victim to it.
Yeah.
We are. Those times when I'm like, fuck, my eyes are fucking hurting. I'm fucking staring at my phone. But I came to get on this motherfucker for like 5 minutes. It's been 35 minutes. This morning, matter of fact, when I woke up, I was going to wake up, run, plunge, right?
Yeah.
I woke up, and I usually don't, but I had a notification. I looked at my phone. I stayed on my phone for an extra 30 minutes right when I got up, and the 30 minutes just flew by.
Right.
And it fucked my schedule up.
Yes, bro.
It all happens to us, bro. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, bro.
Yeah.
All of it.
I don't know how much of a benefit it even offers anymore at this point. Like, very convenient, very cool new thing, great new toy. We love it. But if one day all the phones stopped working and everything else was fine, I would not bat an eye. I'd be like, damn, phone don't work. Okay, gotta go find a payphone. Gotta, like keep it moving.
You'd probably feel like you woke up from some kind of dream.
Yeah, I think everybody would. They'd be like, holy shit, like I've been hallucinating.
Bro, where is there a payphone? Is there a payphone at the airport?
No, man,
they're gone.
The idea is to control communication.
I think there's still a few of them around. Do they work? Is another fucking question entirely.
Should we invest in?
They got COVID on
some
them.
satellite. Satellite phones.
That's a COVID phone. Dog. That's a COVID phone.
You better spray that down.
So we'll see. I mean,
off.
we'll see if Meta changes its policies.
How do you feel about him like actually disclosing that there were government actors who were actively trying to manipulate that shit? Because obviously it affected things, because some of those stories were 100% real, and they were like, nope, Russian hoax or whatever they were saying.
You know what I thought? We told you, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people didn't completely fall for the okie doke.
For sure.
A lot of people were like,
For
what
sure.
the fuck? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, that was my reaction to it.
Yeah.
Some people still just want to just fight it, though. People are like, no.
Yeah.
Just, bro, like I said before we started, when new information comes to the table, dog, it's okay to change your mind and your stance. If you were wrong, bro, and you were proven wrong with facts, right? It's okay to be like, man, shit, I was led astray.
Yeah, but then that would force you to change your enemy.
And that's the issue.
And and most people grew up with Rocky IV and, like, these guys are the bad guys. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for you to get new information and be like, well, wait a minute, the guy that I trusted, the scientist guy who was on TV all the time, he's a bad guy? He's evil? What?
And we got to watch how information is presented to us, because it's not always what this person says it is. You know what I'm saying? And especially since we're dealing with like electronics and, us talking about, Amazon, it'll probably pop up in our feed now.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whatever
they
know what you're doing, so it's niched to what you're looking up.
Right.
If you're leaning left, you're leaning right, you're gonna get left or right fucking posts.
You're gonna get left either way.
Yeah, exactly.
And unfortunately, misinformation spreads faster
For sure.
than actual information.
Right.
It just does. It's the same reason that negative shit spreads faster. It's the exact same shit. For some reason, people want to pay attention to that shit. I don't know. We're drawn to it. Yeah. It's easier to vibrate on that negative frequency.
I think part of that is just the instinct to protect yourself. Like that's like ingrained in DNA, is for life to go on and for your life to go on. So you're always trying to protect yourself. So you think if you know the secret or you know the truth,
what's going on.
If you know, you'll be okay. You
got the edge.
Okay. You got the edge on reality,
edge.
and it's like, not really. Like, none of this shit is reality anymore. Like, it's all bullshit. And
it's bad for you, George Carlin.
It is. It really is. It really is. I mean, if you really look at the fact that, and I'll say it because it's not disputable anymore, but Fauci, that guy was heralded as like a savior. And I know people personally in my family who were like, I trust science. I trust this, and he is science, and this, and it was just all this hubris that you listen to people say, and then other people like RFK can write a book about this dude and be like, he been on fuck shit since the 80s, since the 70s, since way back. He was on some bullshit, and you go back and you look at it, and then you now fast forward to now where this guy is gonna get like a Medal of Freedom or whatever he gets. It's like, the truth is out there, but if you're not willing to actually like look at it and give it your attention,
don't matter anyways.
It doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly.
So imagine if like it's like the idea of a Holocaust denier. You know what I'm saying? It's like, did it happen? Did it not happen? And it's just like, well, there's some people missing, so something happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I wasn't there, but there's some people who are gone. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at these stories and we see every angle, like Dom was talking about, where it's like, yeah, it's going to be harder for them to throttle alternative stories, but then now there is no verifiable truth
Exactly,
anymore.
yeah.
So that's going to leave us in this like chaos of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, we're all here to save the day,
Yep.
but who's the hero now? You're the enemy. You're not the you're the wrong Batman.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You're still Batman, but you ain't the right Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
You're George Clooney Batman. dog.
Right.
You're the wrong Batman.
Yeah, but I think we're headed into a place where it's very dangerous because if there's no verifiable truth, we can't all get on the same page.
Yeah.
And we can't all agree to anything until there's this horrible situation where we're forced to kind of get to there. It's a mess. And it's not getting better, even though these people are coming out and saying, we're going to bring back free speech. And it's just like, no, I don't mind having somebody out there who's saying, no, this is the truth. But the problem is the people who were doing that were completely corrupt.
Yeah, they were pushing
From
their own
the
narrative.
fucking beginning.
Yeah. Yep.
From the beginning. So it's like, all right, you got the chair and you got the opportunity to have the responsibility to manage this shit. We gave it to you and you fucked it up for everybody. So now nobody can help us find the truth anymore.
And nobody trusts
Anybody.
our first instinct again is
Yeah.
which again, that's really
That's
not
a good
bad
spot.
thing.
That's a good spot, yeah.
But it again, I'll go back to the double-edged sword shit that I've been saying.
Yeah.
It fucks and cuts both ways. Because now the people that we think are there to protect the facts, right, and give us what's actually true, now it comes out years later, it's like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So now who's going to be in place of that? That you want AI to tell me now? I'm
Right.
supposed to trust fucking AI that it's the truth?
Yeah.
They can't even get people's fucking faces correct, dog. I watched a dude melt into a fucking animal and become a tree the other day. They don't know how to do eyes or hands. So,
Bro, I seen this. My bad.
No, go ahead.
But I seen this picture of Albuquerque. It was really dope, dog. They did it with AI, and then like in one of the second picture, it's like an intersection, and it's like the people are walking, and all of a sudden the dude slides under the car, like all weird, bro. I was like, what the fuck did I just see?
Yeah.
Yep, that's Albuquerque. Seen a hit and run.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just
for
kidding.
real. No, that wasn't AI. That was real. dog.
Yeah.
That was my drone shot. Yeah, it's interesting. I think we'll see. It's the hurry up and wait game now. Like,
Yeah, it is.
We'll see once Buddy gets in office. We'll see if the stuff starts changing over at Meta.
Yeah.
I think it can be beneficial for certain businesses, but again, shit's gonna cut both ways, dog.
Are you mentally prepared for when you find out, like all these other people are going to start to find out that guy's not a savior and he's probably crooked just as much?
100%.
Because a lot of people were just like, no, he's the real deal. He's the one. He's gonna fit. It's just like he might be the best out of a batch of bad ideas, but it's still a bad idea.
At the end of the day, and let it sound corny, I don't give a fuck, bro. The only person that's gonna save you is the motherfucker looking at you in the mirror.
No doubt.
You feel what I'm saying?
Not near the
Not near it, motherfuckers. But the one looking at you, right? You can't look for somebody to come and save you. Dog.
No,
Yeah.
not at
You
all.
have to save
You'll be
yourself.
looking forever.
Forever. If you can't save yourself, and then you get a community of people that are all on the same vibe, let's save ourselves and then we save each other at the same time. Bro, you can't listen to these talking heads. Can't even listen to us because look, we're a fucking talking head too, dog.
Yeah.
Take pieces of what makes sense to you
Yes.
and build that shit for yourself.
Yep. You cannot pour out of an empty cup. Fill your cup. Fill your cup.
There's no better way to get the fuck up out of here, dog. Fill your cup. Until next time, respect the connect. Peace.